Hey, Grant here. Welcome to this training. I'm excited to share this one with you. This is all about building rapport, right? And somewhat how to not build rapport either, right? So, what building rapport is and what building rapport is not. But ultimately, this is how to instantly build rapport and be easy to buy from. And this actually stemmed from a post I made on Thread. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read that post to you and then provide some context to kind of explain a little deeper on what I meant and how you can start applying this on your calls and start developing a better rapport and better connection with your customers. Um, so the post reads this, right? Rapport on a sales call is not spending 5 to 10 minutes talking about the weather, their kids, their hobbies, or whatever else to get to know them and act like you have things in common. It's being able to instantly connect on a subconscious level by reading their personality, body language, and shared environment to let them know you are on the same page without actually having to say it. Here's an example. We've all had this happen, right? When you're out at a restaurant and you see someone at the table next to you have a meltdown over the bill and they're making a scene. You look at another patron, another customer, you make eye contact, like, what's going on, right? You both know exactly what's going on and being communicated, and you are on the same page, right? You're in rapport with no words spoke. Find ways to make those sort of connections instantly on sales calls, and you won't waste time talking about nonsense, right? And that's what I mean by rapport, right? It's not spending time talking about things that ultimately don't matter just so you can try to find some common ground. It's about being able to gauge what's going on immediately on the call and developing a sense of rapport and camaraderie without having to talk about things that don't matter and aren't relevant to the sales conversation, right? So here's a practical way to actually start doing this. You want to actually start building this rapport immediately the second the call starts, right? Rapport building starts immediately with the first impression. And a lot of times, these days we're meeting over Zoom or meets or kind of video conferencing, right? This is a perfect way to build rapport instantly on calls, right? So immediately when you start the call, turn your camera off and your microphone off, right? You see the person log in, you let them into the meeting, you see that they're connected. And what you do is unmute the microphone, you turn the camera on, and you smile, right? You're smiling as the camera's coming on. So the first thing that they're seeing is you smiling, looking welcoming, looking happy, excited to talk to them, right? Hey, how are you? With a big smile on your face, right? Like that is immediately going to set the stage for what's going to go on, right? It's welcoming. Then you want to find something to be on the same page about instantly. And here's what I mean by that. The quicker you can kind of agree to something or be on the same page or, you know, let me just give you an example, right? So what I do on calls is even though when I say, hey, how are you? And they answer back, I know they can hear and see me and I can hear and see them. I typically ask, hey, I just want to check, can you hear and see me okay? And I'm saying it in a smiling way and it's keeping the, conversation moving, but they go, yeah, I can hear and see you. Great. Can you hear and see me? Yeah, I can hear and see you. We're fully connected here. Right. And it's like, that's developing rapport quickly. We're now on the same page about something. And I literally say, oh, we're connected here. Right. You're using this language and all of a sudden you can kind of feel the rapport is starting to build immediately. And this is with, two sentences. Right. Then hey, where are you calling in from? And just little questions like that. You don't want to waste forever on it, but I'm from Texas. Oh, cool, I've never been there. I'm from Delaware. Great. So all of this interaction happens within 15-20 seconds. You're using these little points to just make small connections and start gauging their personality, their tonality, their body language, the shared environment, right? So you want to immediately start identifying these things. So you don't need to talk 5 to 10 minutes about their kids and the weather and all these sorts of things. You just need 20 to 30 seconds, a couple sentences spoke to start gauging who they are, come to an agreement on something, and start adjusting who you need to be on that call, right? So this does require putting your ego to the side and be who they need you to be. There's all different personality types and they all need to be sold in a different way. So you need to be able to make that adjustment, right? And a good kind of nutshell way of doing this, right? Or kind of stating this is be really personable without being too personal, right? So you don't need to learn about their kids and their history and what they like to do on the weekends to develop rapport, right? You just need to be personable. You need to be welcoming. You need to know how to make instant connections. You need to get on the same page about something. And as you're doing this, you're actually building that rapport, right? And you can get moving into the conversation and you're having a good, relaxed environment to, again, building this level of rapport facilitates a comfortable environment and makes you easier to buy from, right? So this is ultimately what you want to facilitate here. That's what true rapport is. It's not wasting time talking about things that don't matter. It's about being able to find quick, easy ways to make connections, get on the same page, and make a comfortable environment for you to have the conversation that needs to happen there. And if you get really, really good at this, your customers will feel comfortable talking to you. You're not going to waste time on calls and you're going to be easier to buy from, right? If you learn how to nail this on your calls, you will close more sales. This can also be very practically applied and practiced just in real life. You don't even have to do this just on sales calls, right? Just think of your everyday interaction, something as simple as kind of holding the door for someone, right? As you're walking through, someone waits just one moment, right? Like they could let the door go, you're getting pretty close, but they hang on for just a second to hold the door open for you. And as you walk by, you smile and say thank you. Like you're in rapport. You both understood what just happened in that moment and you developed a sense of rapport, right? So start thinking about the way that this happens in your daily life. Start practicing it in your daily life and bring it to your sales calls as well. And if you can nail this, if you can be in rapport with people immediately on calls, it's going to make your sales process so much easier. It will make the conversation easier. It'll make handling objections later on easier. It's just a very important part. So make sure that you work on that. But that is a great baseline on how to start building rapport immediately on your calls. If this is something you think you need to work on, book a call with me. I'm happy to help. And that's a wrap. Bye.